Okay, so today we're going to be working on little hats for crochet hats for preemies, and you can just use whatever yarn you want. I'm using a baby yarn that I had in my closet, and I'm using a 5mm crochet hook. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is make a magic ring and do. Okay, I'm going to show you how to make a magic ring. So first thing you're going to do is take your yarn and lay it across all 4 fingers. Loosely wrap it around the top 2 and cross it over. You're going to take your hook, put it under that first piece, over the second one, and pull up a loop. Hold it in place. Very carefully pull out those top 2 fingers and pick up this yarn behind the way that you would when crocheting. Then you're going to yarn over your hook and chain 1. Okay? So now for this next step, you're going to want to make sure that you're doing your stitches over both pieces of yarn, and you'll see why in a minute. So let's do let's do 6 single crochets. So you're going to put your yarn over, put your hook under, yarn over your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over your hook, and pull through both loops. That's 1 stitch. Hook underneath both strings, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through both. That's 2. 3. Sorry, I'm losing my yarn on my other hand here. 4. 5. And the purpose of a magic ring is because it eliminates that little hole when crocheting in the round. That's why a lot of patterns now are calling for this magic ring. Okay, so now we've got 6 single crochets. Now you're going to hold gently right here, hold the yarn on your hook, and hold your work a little bit loosely as well. Take this tail end and pull carefully. And just sort of adjust it a little bit there. Okay. Just pull it nice and snug. And now you're ready to work in the round, and there's no hole in the middle. So now when you begin, that first chain space that you did when you first closed, when you were first making your magic ring, that doesn't count as a stitch, so that's where you would close with a slip stitch. Okay, so you'd close it with a slip stitch by pushing your hook through, yarn over, and pull through both. Then you can chain 1, and you would begin to crochet in the round in your stitches from here. If you see a little hole forming, just take that tail end and just pull it snug to close it up. And that's how you do a magic ring to work in the round. Okay, so now we're going to begin by doing 2 single crochet in each stitch all the way around. So you're going to end up with a total of 12 stitches. So the way you do a single crochet is take your hook, push it in through the entire stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through both. And we're going to go back into that very same stitch and do another one. Okay, so you're going to continue on doing 2 single crochet in every single stitch all the way around, and then come back. Okay, so now that you're back at the beginning, you're going to close that round. You're going to close every round of this beginning portion close every single round with a slip stitch into that chain 1 space, and then chain 1. Okay, so for each of these rounds, you're going to close with a slip stitch and chain 1. Now we're going to do 2 single crochet in the first stitch, and 1 single crochet in the next, and 2 single crochet in the following. And you're going to continue on with this pattern, doing 2 single crochet, 1 single crochet. So I'll do 1 in the following. So you're going to alternate doing 2 and then 1, 2 and then 1, and you're going to do that all the way around, close with a slip stitch and chain 1, and then come back. Okay, so now that you just finished that round and you closed it with a slip stitch and did a chain 1, you should right now have a total of 18 stitches all the way around. So to begin this next round, we're going to do 2 single crochet in our first stitch, and then 1 single crochet in the following 2 stitches. So 1 and then 1 in the next, and then we're going to do 2 again in this following stitch. So we're going to continue on with alternating this pattern. We're going to do 2 single crochet and then 1 and 1, 2 and then 1 and 1, like that. And by the end of this round, you should have 24 stitches. So when you get back to the start, close with a slip stitch and chain 1, and then come back. Okay, so now for this next round, you're going to do 2 single crochets in the first stitch, 1 single crochet in the following 3 stitches, then 2 single crochet in the next. And you're going to do that all the way around, and you should have a total of 30 stitches. Close with a slip stitch, chain 1, and then come back. Okay, so now that you're finished that round, you're going to do 1 more round of increases. So you're going to do 2 single crochet in that first stitch, and then 1 single crochet in the following 4 stitches. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then 2 in the next. So you're going to continue alternating that pattern. We're doing 2 single crochet in the same stitch, and then 1 single crochet in the following 4, 2 single crochet in the same, 1 single crochet in the following 4. And you're going to do that all the way around, close it with a slip stitch and chain 1. And by the end of this round, you should have a total of 36 stitches. Okay, so now that you finished that last round, now we're going to do 1 single crochet in every single stitch all the way around. Do not close any of your rounds. We're just going to work in a continuous round, and that way we can avoid making a seam down the back of the hat. So you're going to do 1 single crochet in every single stitch all the way around, and you're going to do that for a total of 8 rounds, and then come back. And remember, do not close your rounds with any slip stitch. You're not chaining. So when you finish this first round of single crochet and you find yourself at this chain 1 space where you would have normally closed your round, you're just going to skip over it to continue on with single crochets. And just keep on going until you've completed 8 rounds of single crochets, 1 single crochet in each stitch, and then come back. Okay, so now that you've finished doing those 8 rounds of single crochet, we're going to go ahead and begin our decrease round. So you're going to do 1 single crochet in the first 7 stitches. So let's go ahead and do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, And now we're going to take these 2 single crochet and make them 1, and that's called a single crochet decrease. And the way we do that is take your hook and put it in that first stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop, take your hook and put it in the very next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. So now you have 3 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through all 3. So you've taken those 2 stitches here and you've turned it into 1. So go ahead and repeat that all the way around, doing 1 single crochet in the next 7 and then single crochet decrease. Do that until you've done this step a total of 4 times. So we've done it once here, you're going to do it 3 more times and then come back. Do not close this round, just come back after you finish doing this 3 more times. Okay, so now that you've finished that decrease round, you're just going to go and do 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way around, and you should have a total of 32 stitches right now. So you're going to do 1 single crochet in each stitch around for 3 rounds and then come back. Okay, so now that you've come all the way back around, you finished those 3 rounds of single crochet, you're just going to fasten off your work with a slip stitch. So close that last round, pull it up a little bit, and just take a pair of scissors, cut, and then you're going to use a yarn needle, which looks just like this. Okay, I'll show you a cool way to thread it so it makes it a little easier for you. Just go like this, and work it in. Okay. So you're just going to use a yarn needle and flip your hat inside out, and then just go ahead and hide the tail ends in these stitches. So just kind of weave it in and out, and you're done.